welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, my name is Tanya Renee, and by the introduction or the thumbnail, you guys know what happened. This is my miscarriage story. So I felt like I need to be like really transparent, because you want to do this YouTube life and you want to be on YouTube and share your life story with people and share the ups, but you got to share the downs too. So sad to say, our baby at approximately 8 weeks did not have a heartbeat at our 7-week checkup. We went in the week before. As many know, we went through IVF to conceive our baby, and we usually do checkups weekly from 7 weeks to about 10 weeks. So our first checkup, we went and the baby was measuring a week behind. Our doctor wasn't too worried. He just thought maybe our little MB implanted a little later, and that's what we prayed would have, was the issue. So I went home and I prayed about it, and I was a little worried, but I was like, everything's in God's hands, and it's gonna be okay. Little did we know, a week later, the longest week ever, we go in, I'm ready to see our little baby, and there is no heartbeat. Our baby stopped growing and was basically the same size he or she was the week before. So, it was emotional, it was sad, we cried, we were a little emotional, but I handled it a lot better than I thought I would have, compared to the previous losses that I had at 6 and almost 7 months pregnant. And with that being said, I'm not saying that because it happened so early, it is not emotional. I believe that my losses prior built my faith up so much that I just leaned on God and I prayed about it. And I know that my mom says this all the time, delay is not denial. And I know we will have our baby, just it will not be January or February of next year. Might be a few months later. So what has been going on since we found out we lost the baby? So now the first thing is, we go into our doctor's office. He calls us into this little room, and he says he's sorry. He tells us that, this happens a lot in normal pregnancies. There's a high chance of miscarriage before 12 weeks. And usually it's chromosome abnormalities. If I said that wrong, I'll put it somewhere here, the real word that I'm supposed to use. But I think that's what he said. And sometimes it happens. Even with IVF, it can happen. It's sad. It's even worse, I think. I mean, it's no level of how bad it is, but it's very hard if you go through weeks and weeks of IVF to then have a miscarriage. You already can't get pregnant naturally, and then when you do, miscarriage. So it's just a long process, and that's one of the hardest parts for me and my family. So anyway, back to what happened. So we go in the office and he gives us the options. As some of you guys might know, I have what's called a transabdominal cerclage on my cervix, because my last 2 losses of both my daughters was because I had an incompetent cervix, and I had this band made of merceline wrapped around my cervix on the top inside of my cervix, not on the outside like TVCs and the Shiraka, whatever it's called. Again, I'll put it in the links below. The different types of cerclages. Mine does not come out. It stays in for my lifetime of having children. And if after I'm done having kids, I would like to take it out, then I can. Excuse, I need my water. So that could be a little issue with, it's not a big issue, but can be an issue sometimes when you have a miscarriage, especially if it's after 12 weeks. But it was early, so they gave me the options of taking this pill, this medication, which I believe is used for medical abortions to help you pass the baby, or a DNC. I chose the less invasive option of taking these pills. Later on that night, I filled the prescription. I took the pills. They told me I would have cramping, bleeding, all these things to pass the tissue. I was also told if I do not pass all of the tissue, I might still have to have a DNC. You know, so what was the options? Why not try it? It couldn't hurt, right? I was so wrong about that, because those pills, I thought I was gonna die. All right, I took those pills, and within 2 hours I started cramping and bleeding, and the pain that I was having felt worse than when I was in labor. Yes, worse than when I was in labor. Like how could that be even possible? This baby's so small. But anyway, it got so bad that I ended up going to the emergency room, because I thought maybe my cerclage, maybe something with that. I don't know. I don't know the math of it. I don't know the science of it. I'm not a doctor. So I go to the ER. I'm in pain, excruciating pain, and I have a high tolerance for pain. My husband was like, something has to be wrong, because I was in so much pain, making so much noise, and I am a very subtle person. I don't like people to see me cry. I don't like people to see me in pain. So I usually mask it very well. Could not do it. I was in pain. I was on the floor in the hospital, in an emergency room, on a dirty emergency room. On top of that, I'm a germaphobe. And I was like in doggy position because the pain was so bad. So they gave me some medication through an IV, which allowed me to rest, and I fell asleep. And then they talked about the options. They basically told me, this is it. This is the pain you're going to get. I just didn't believe it would be that bad of a pain. So they gave me, I don't know my information on there, but tramadol, a little bit stronger than ibuprofen, I guess. They didn't do nothing. Diddly squat jack. I was in pain, so much pain. Finally it stopped. So I thought, oh, it was Sunday, so I stayed home all day Sunday. The next day, Saturday and Sunday, I was home. You know, I thought I was okay to go to work on Monday because the cramping stopped. Still was lightly bleeding. I was so wrong, because the cramps came back at full force about 12 o'clock on Monday while I was at work. I almost like passed out. I could barely walk out of the gate of the shipyard. I was in so much pain. I had to get a ride up the hill, and I left and I came home, and later on that night, I believe, I ended up going to the emergency room again. What did I? Or did I go see my doctor? I went to see my doctor. I got the schedule all mixed up. Anyway, I go see my doctor. They do the ultrasound. Yeah, I go see my doctor. They do the ultrasound. They believe everything has passed. They think that maybe it's just some blood clots in there or whatever they seen on the screen. I go home. They're like going to pass a little bit more. No, that night I go into full-blown pain again. It was excruciating. I go back to the ER, because what else can I do? I go back to the ER and I tell them, look, you guys have to do something. Finally, they decide we're going to do the DNC. They decided they're going to do the DNC. And after 5 hours of being there, they're like, wait, this cerclage, we don't know anything about this cerclage. We don't want to mess anything up. We don't even know if we can go in it. One lady didn't even believe that the band was still there. Like, she's like, it's not supposed to stay there, and you were too early to have one. And I tried to explain to them that it's not the normal cerclage that you think of when you get pregnant. You put it in when you're already losing your baby. This is before I got pregnant, put in to stop it from ever happening. So they sent me home and told me Sunday morning, this is Sunday now, a week later now, they tell me to go see my doctor Sunday morning. They're going to be there to meet me. I'm thinking I'm going to get the DNC that day. Get to my doctor. He's like, well, there's nothing we can do today. Your doctor's not here. We can't do the DNC. We're going to give you some more oxycodone, and we're going to try to wait out 2 more days because we don't want to go so invasive. So I was like, all right. So that comes to today's Tuesday, 2 days later. This was just Sunday that just passed. And the pain is still here. Now it comes and goes sporadically. I just don't know. I stayed home today because I'm scared for it to hit me while I'm at work again, because that's what happened to me on Saturday. I went to work, it hit me, and that's when I went to the ER again, was this Saturday. And now I'm scared to go back to work because I don't want it to hit me while I'm at work. I work on submarines. I work on ships. It is hard for me to get up that ladder once my back and everything started, like, yes, the back pain, like when you're pregnant, that's what happened to me. So I'm scared as ever to go to work. I'm missing time from work. I'm not getting paid. And like everything's just going to, I don't know what right now. So I called them this morning and I told them, like, I want to do the DNC. Let's just do it and get it over with. So I'm waiting for a call back now. And that's where we are at right now with our miscarriage. Basically, I still have particles of the baby inside, and they're causing pain and cramping. And then I was told after the DNC is over, or even if I didn't need a DNC, they would do a water ultrasound to make sure all the particles are gone, and then we can talk about IVF again. Now you're wondering, am I gonna jump right back into IVF again like I've done always in the past? I've never took a break. I just kept on going till I had what I needed, which was my child. This is what we did with our son King. It was back-to-back IVFs until I got him. This time, my body is tired. I am emotionally drained. It's just a lot, you know, it's a lot. And then one of the hardest parts now is insurance only pays for 3 tries. Obviously, we had so many losses before. We no longer have insurance coverage for IVF. So we will have to pay the cash payment. So we have to come up with a substantial amount of money this time to pay for IVF. Do we have it? Somewhat. But are we ready to just shut out that much money right now? We have a lot of other stuff going on. No. So we're going to wait 6 months. 1, let my body heal. I am embarking on my weight loss journey, which that's what you're going to see a lot of videos about coming up. My weight loss journey and getting healthy for IVF for baby number 2 times 2. Because we're doing it again. And we're going to go for January of 2020. Probably 6 months from now, 6 to 7 months from now, January. It's August right now. So we're just going to enjoy each other, enjoy my son, enjoy my family, enjoy life, work out, get healthy, lose weight. My next video is going to be all about how much weight I lost since I came back from Virginia in March, which I did lose a substantial amount of weight. Not substantial, but a decent amount, back to my weight I was before I left for Virginia. And I'm just going to talk about, you know, my plant-based living, because that's what I am. I'm plant-based. I'm 90%. I still eat seafood and fish. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat eggs. I don't eat any of that stuff. So I'm trying to get my body healthy, heal it from the inside out, and get my body prepared for IVF again. We are lucky that we have 4 more eggs left, so we do not have to go through the process of harvesting my eggs again, which that was the hardest part and the most expensive part. And we have a lot of medication from this cycle that we refilled, preparing for in case they don't want to pay for our drugs. That's very expensive. They're very, very expensive. So we're preparing, just preparing mentally, emotionally, financially, and obviously our health of not just me, but my entire family, because it's not just about me. It's about my whole family who lives here with me, who have to go through this whole process with me. My mother, my husband, my sister-in-law even is here with us at most times. So it's an emotional toll on my whole entire family, even my in-laws. Like, it's a lot, you know, friends and family. And that's kind of why I like to keep stuff so to myself. And I haven't even shared this YouTube page, because it's not that I don't want people to know. It's the part that when you have these bad parts like this, it's a toll on everyone. And I don't care for all the sympathy. It makes me feel even worse. So that's why I keep stuff to myself. It's not like I don't want to share with my family and friends. It's because, you know, you shared it everyone you're having a baby, and now look, no baby. So, you know, not that I'm embarrassed, but I just feel sad. And sometimes you just want to be sad by yourself and not have to deal with all of the "are you okay" and the sympathies. So that's really about it. That's my story. We're very saddened by what happened. But what I do have to say is, don't let miscarriage discourage you. It's hard, it's sad, it's painful, and it's an emotional thing. But I believe if you have someone to lean on, especially God, he will make everything okay, because he promised us. He promised us certain things. And if you lean on him, if you ask him for the things that you need, that he knows the desires of your heart. He knows your heart. He knows what your family needs and wants. And he's going to work it out. And remember that delay is not denial. So everything happens in an appointed time. I'm not going to say for a reason, because that's so cliche. But in an appointed time, it happens. So... And I could attest to that. Look at my son. I went through IVF 3 times before I had him. I lost 2 of my daughters back to back at almost 7 months pregnant. Some people just don't even know how I'm still going. And I say I'm still going because I believe in Christ. I believe in God. I believe in all the things and all the grace that he's put on me. Grace that I don't even deserve as a human being. And I know that with him, all things are possible. All things are good. All things are going to happen. So just find your sense for living, and find you someone to lean on, and also lean on God. Pray. Talk to people, your pastor, friends, anyone that you can talk to. I even believe in seeing a psychiatrist if need be, if you don't have someone to talk to. Sometimes it's hard to talk to your spouse about things. I'm very blessed that I have a spouse that's very open, and I can sit and talk to him about the feelings and emotions that I'm having, because right now I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed, like up to here, like overwhelmed. Like my son's sick. We don't know if he has asthma, his allergies, croup, all these different things going on with him. On top of I'm in pain, on top of I just lost a baby, on top of I'm missing work, I'm saving to go to Disney World, and everything's just falling apart, and I'm overwhelmed. And he's just like, be still. It'll be okay. That's his thing. Just chill out, Tanya. It's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. God got us. And don't stress about it. And God doesn't want us to be stressed. So that's why I am still standing here, still making videos, still not stressed out. Literally, I'm up and moving about, living my life. I'm not crying every single day. And I know that because I'm leaning on God to help me. I still get emotional, as you've seen earlier in the video. But I know that there's a plan. I'm excited. I'm about to have a new niece very, very soon. So that's even more exciting. I'm so excited about that. I'm excited about baby shower planning. I'm excited. And that's what I tell people. Don't let the devil steal your joy for all the other things around you. Enjoy your life. Enjoy all the other things that are around you that are perfect, that are great. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your children that you already have. Enjoy the memories of your children that you lost. Enjoy everything that you can, and keep working on you, and keep pushing towards what your goals. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. And don't let anyone make you feel like you have to adopt, because that's what people come to you next. You should adopt, maybe. Do you want to go through this? It's your choice. It's your decision. If we decide to adopt, which we probably will adopt, even if I do or don't have another child, it's just in our heart, and it's a calling to take care and bless a child or children if we can afford it. We are overly blessed, and I believe that we can someday do that. But right now, the desires of my heart is to bring forth my child, and I have 4 babies sitting there waiting for me at my doctor's office. I feel like I'm obligated to, and I want my son to have a sibling. He has a sibling, matter of fact, an older sibling, but I want him to have someone to grow with now, with him in the house with him as he grows. He has an older sibling that he can definitely learn and, get a lot from, because she's older, and she's a woman of God also, and she's very smart, and I definitely want him to learn from that, but I also want him to have someone to grow with, and that he can teach, and they can learn together, and have a built-in friend. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I want my child to have a sibling. But I'm not going to ramble on. This video Whoa, 20 minutes. Well, it won't be 20 minutes by the time I edit this this video. But I just thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all the prayers and all the people who follow me on Instagram already knew about the miscarriage. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that sent all the loving you know, notes and inboxed me and text me, and you know, the friends, and just thank you. Like, it's overwhelming, but to have this community to talk to about it, it is amazing, and I am so thankful for it. So with that being said, Tanya's about to be out, but please subscribe, please hit that link, because I'm about to show you guys how I lost this 20 pounds and how I'm about to lose 30 more. And if you want to see some good meal ideas, some Caribbean vegan dishes, plant-based dishes, go ahead and subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to follow me. Follow me on IG. And that's really all I got. Hopefully this video came out good, because I try not to look at that little camera over there. But it's so hard. What can I do? But yeah, guys, I'm good. I just want you guys to know that. Don't be discouraged. All right? So yeah, I've been in excruciating pain for days now. I've been on Percocet. I've been on 800 milligram of ibuprofen to help with the pain, and I'm really scared to go to work because it hit me at work one day and I could barely walk. And for those who know, my job is crazy, and it's not that easy for me just to jump out of my job and leave. You know, I work on submarines and surface ships, well, submarines now. And it's very hard for me to get off the boat when I get in that predicament. So I just couldn't take the chance of it happening again. I was in so much pain I could barely walk. So tomorrow's the big day. I'm hoping everything goes well. Praying, fingers crossed. Talk to the Lord. We're going to be good. And I'll let you know how the procedure goes. Bye, guys. So it is DNC day. We're not really supposed to record like in here. So I'm not going to do a lot of recording. But Bobby's here. We're here, and we're just waiting for anesthesia.
What are you doing? How are you doing?
A little better this morning. Not as bad.
Yeah, no bleeding?
I am still bleeding.
You're still bleeding heavy?
Not really. Yesterday it got really heavy at nighttime. This morning wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to do the DNC because you were worried about a sick life?
Well, not sick. I was more worried because, you know, you said it could be scar tissue,
yeah.
And I'm worried about, you know, going through IVF again and having scar tissue and issues, but so that's why I went with the pill the first time.
No, that's reasonable. But when you came in over the weekend, I know on Monday you weren't right.
Well, Monday I was still adamant. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do the DNC. And they talked to me about it and said, hey, well, let's just wait a little longer. So when he told me let's wait, I was like, yeah, well, if we can wait a little longer and not have to go so invasive, then yeah. And they calmed down, but then the next day in the afternoon, I had one of those. It's like I feel like I'm in labor, and it's contractions, and it was for like a 3-hour stretch, and then it stops. And I was like, I can't go through it again. So that's when I said, I called them Tuesday and was like, yeah, I think we should go, but I'm not worried. I trust you guys. And,
I wasn't sure whether, because I know you sent the message from the...
so that message really was when I was in the emergency room, and I wasn't dealing with you guys, and the emergency room had no idea what to do. They didn't call you guys. They said they were worried about doing it. I contacted Dr. Haney, and he was going to try to get in contact with the emergency room, but he didn't get in contact until...
So I thought somebody maybe from here just was worried about it.
No, it was more the emergency room, so I just sent the message since we had it. But
that's reasonable.
Okay. Well, it seemed like the doctors were worried, and I was like, okay.
In the emergency room?
Yeah, So that's where we were like, okay, is this an issue or not an issue?
No.
So I contacted Dr. Haney, and he contacted us the next day.
Well, even the doctor when we came in on Sunday, the guy here, I wasn't here. It was where did we go Sunday? Was it here?
Yeah.
He didn't seem too
He just was basically saying
He's
that.
being really, really, really cautious. So it's like, okay,
yeah, he was just
it
being
made
cautious.
me a little worried. So I was like, maybe we can talk to somebody.
Yeah.
In terms of he was being.
He's just more cautious, saying that it's best if we try to let it pass on its own. And if we had to, he's like, I'm sure it can be done. That's the words he said. And just, it'll be under ultrasound and we'll be very safe.
Yeah.
So I guess it
I mean, we
worked
do
out a little.
DNCs all the time. I mean, it's usually preferable to just do the scientific. But if there's retained tissue, which occasionally happens, no, unfortunately, there's no choice. Okay, so what we'll do is when we take you over to the procedure room, put it to sleep. I hear you.
I put the IV in my hand and it started burning really bad. And I'm very uncomfortable in my hand. And they put the mask on my face for oxygen. And I remember nothing else.
Well.
So it's all over. We're done. We are heading to get something to eat. I'm starving. And then I'm just going to go home and rest. And I'll probably rest tomorrow, most likely. And that's it. It's over. How you feel?
I'm all right.
Okay. And Daddy's all right. That's all that matters.
I'm all right because you all right.
You heard that? Okay, guys. We are now at IHOP getting breakfast. Getting starving. Haven't ate since 12 o'clock last night. Well, really 6 o'clock because I stopped eating at 6 anyway. So intermittent fasting, eating a little earlier, but my stomach's a little upset from the anesthesia. So we gonna eat, hubby. So I'm home laying on the couch, a little crampy. That's really about it. A little nauseated. I always get nauseated from the anesthesia. Everybody, my hubby went back to work. My mom went to the grocery store. It's just me and my little chunky monkey sleeping. I'm laying on the couch with him. Gonna get some rest. That's really about it. Bye, guys. Hey.